this is Go Magic, we're learning things together is magical. Let's do question 14. In question 14, you got projectile is launched at 45 degrees to the horizontal with initial kinetic energy E. So EK is equal to E. Assuming A resistance to be negligible, so there's no A resistance, what will be the kinetic energy of the projectile when it reaches the highest point? So, what is EK when it is at max height? A very good question, because when we think about maximum height, we will think that V is equal to 0. But be careful, this is at an angle. That means two things happen. At max height, you have two velocities. One is your V vertical, and one is your V horizontal. We know at max height, V vertical is equal to 0, while V horizontal always stays constant, equal to a constant. So, let's begin. We know this is true. We know EK is equal to half mv squared. So, let's stick with the horizontal. So, if we take horizontal to be our main direction, we have E, that means EK in the horizontal component is equal to EK cos 45, or E cos 45 degrees. If we know that is true, we will be able to get the right answer. So, E cos 45 degrees. What is true when it's at the vertical? Vertical will be this way. EK vertical equal to E sine 45. So, what happens now? We have a problem. Why? Energy is a scalar. Energy is a scalar. So, can we resolve energy in a vertical and horizontal component? No. Why? Because scalar physical quantities have no direction. We have direction here. So, how do we then resolve this question? We must resolve it in terms of V. So at the beginning, so we redraw the diagram. V 45 degrees. When we have it at the horizontal, V horizontal is equal to V cos 45 degrees. We have V equal to V sine 45 degrees. So at this moment here, let's call it the starting point. S. What is our kinetic energy? Our kinetic energy is therefore EK at point S is equal to half mv squared, but in this case there is two v's, so it is half mvh squared plus half mvv squared equal to half mvh squared plus vv squared. Vh squared is just V cos 45 squared plus V sin 45 squared. So you got half m V squared, this is h, so h is cos 45 degrees squared plus, let's make this simple for you, plus V squared sine 45 degrees. Hopefully you guys have seen trigonometric identities before. So this is just half mv squared. You got cos squared 45 degrees plus sine 45 degrees. sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Therefore, we got half mv squared is equal to E. Okay, so now we know that it's true. Let's go back to this question. At max height, V horizontal is equal to constant. What is V horizontal? V horizontal is equal to V cos 45 degrees. But V vertical equal to 0. So, therefore, at maximum height, EK at max height is equal to half m. Let's do this one. V horizontal at max height squared plus V vertical at max height squared. Vertical velocity, max height equal to 0. So we left with half m. What is VH here? VH is V cos 45. So V cos 45 degrees squared, which is equal to half mv squared. Cos 45, you check it out, is actually 1 over root 2 squared, which becomes half mv squared times by 1 over 2. But what is half mv squared? It is E. Therefore, you got half E. At 45 degrees, when you're at maximum height, your new EK is half of the original E. Fascinating, isn't it? Just make sure, remember, when you can resolve, only if it's a vector. If it's scalar, you can't resolve it because there's no direction. So go back to basics, what can you resolve? Then understand what is happening at the beginning, and then you'll be able to find what is it. Okay. I know this video is a bit long, but I hope you do understand this video. If not, please replay this video again.